Yo, peace and blessings. Coming back with another video. Today's topic Thursday, of course. So we're gonna get into a nice little topic. I want to switch it up, other than the spiritual messages that I normally give. And of course, I wrote my notes down so I don't be babbling or going off topic. But the name of this video is going to be the positive and negative traits of being a Pisces moon. And for those that don't know what your moon sign is, that's something in your astrology chart. You can look it out on your birth certificate, see what time you're born, and the place you were born. You can put that information in somewhere, and you can find out the placements in your chart. And the moon is just your emotions and how you perceive things that you desire, and the way you move and the way you feel things. It's related to that. So everybody has a different sign that's their moon sign. But for me, mine is Pisces. So we're gonna get into the positive and the negative traits of being a Pisces moon. So first on the positive list, we got empathetic. I'm very empathetic. I've always been empathetic since a child. Always had empathy for people, no matter what walk of life they came from. I always felt empathy for people that needed help or needed assistance with different things or didn't have certain things, especially if I had it and they didn't. And not only when it comes to empathy of that, but I also took in others' emotions as well. So yeah, I even do that now. So people around me, I can feel when they're sad. I can feel when they're mad. I can feel when they're anxious. I take in that energy. It's like I absorb it like a sponge. That's what Pisces moon have the ability to do. Like I absorb it like a sponge, and then I'm taking on their emotions. So I always, always had that ability, from a child to even now. So next on the list we got autistic. I'm definitely always was into the arts. I was very artistic, very creative, always thought outside the box. I still am now. Very unique. A lot of people that have Pisces moon, very unique thinkers. Michael Jackson had a Pisces moon. Martin Luther King had a Pisces moon. And these were very great thinkers, very imaginative thinkers. Excuse me. And they thought outside the box a lot. They just saw life at a different angle, saw things from a different perspective than others could see, and they could paint the picture that a lot of people couldn't see on their own. And they connected the dots to the puzzle where a lot of people couldn't put those pieces together. So yeah, definitely artistic. Like I do music, I do poetry, I make beats, a whole bunch of other stuff. Just anything with the arts, I'm into. Coloring, painting, drawing, all that. Next is compassionate. I'm definitely compassionate. A lot of people that have Pisces moon are very compassionate, because Pisces is a sign of, like I said, emotions, feeling. So, when it comes to people that are, less fortunate, I have a lot of compassion for them. When it comes to people that they don't even have to be less fortunate, they could just be going through a tough time, or going through a loss, or just going through a very confusing point in their life. I have a lot of compassion with them and understand where they're coming from. I don't judge them on decisions they make, even if it wasn't a great decision. I take a step back and look from a compassionate standpoint, because I probably was in that place too where I didn't make the best decisions or have the right mindsets. And you got to have people around you that's going to have compassion to help you get through it. And the only way you can, or even when it comes to forgiving people, I definitely have learned a lot of compassion about that, especially if it's something that I felt was very wrong, but I still learn to have compassion. And even if I might not deal with you, I can love you from afar and still understand where that wrong decision that person made came from, without, of course, taking it personal, but not having that resentment. That's the word, the resentment. So yes. Fourth would be intuitive. I'm very intuitive, especially since the past few years, I started tapping into my spirituality a lot. I got very, very intuitive and very vivid dreams. Not only vivid dreams, but just certain scenarios. Like I could be talking about a song, or I could be just talking about a celebrity or a person in my life or anything. And weeks later, days later, that person will pop up. Or I could be listening to a song like, I ain't hear this song in forever. And that song will pop up somewhere days later. Or I could talk to somebody and be like, yo, this probably happened in that situation. Or this was what that person probably was thinking. It was like, yo, you know that what we were talking about the other day? That's exactly what happened when I got with that person the next week or the next day or the next month. So, or even I just feel when things are coming. Like I just feel it in my intuition. I can just feel when something's happening or when something's not right. Or somebody's just energy is off, and I could just go with that. Like, yeah, don't entertain that person. Or don't be around that person. I can feel it. So definitely people with Pisces moon have very intuitive abilities. Fifth on there would be clairvoyant. For those that don't know what clairvoyance is, that's being able to see things that, things, places, people, or events that people can't really see. So basically you could say psychic. And like I said, with the intuitive part, through the years, tapping into my spirituality, I got better with my abilities, and especially not only with the intuitive part, but the psychic part. Well, like I said, I could be talking about things, or I could have dreams, very vivid dreams about things that don't even happen till months later, weeks later. It happens a lot now. Like, not even just with people I know, with people I don't even know. I see faces of people that I never met before, and I go tell, like that happened one time. I had a dream about this tall guy. I kept seeing this tall guy, but every time I kept seeing him, he was like in front of my building, well, in front of my apartment door, or in my building. And every time I seen him, I was like, yo, who is that guy? And he would always run when he see me. So I told my moms about it, and then later on, she was like, you know what? It sounds like you talking about your grandmother's new nurse. She got a nurse that comes to the house and give her give her shots and take her temperature and stuff. So I never seen this man before, but I seen him vividly in my dreams. So stuff like that happens all the time now. And for the negative part, the first thing would be moody. As a Pisces moon, yes, you could be very moody. Have a lot of mood swings. You can't really control it. You just gotta go with the flow. You know, the Pisces is a water sign. So although that's not my sun sign, my main sign is Capricorn/Aquarius. I'm in the cusp. I'm born between two signs on January 18th. But my moon sign makes me feel like a Pisces. So Pisces is a water sign, and you know that's the fish. They're in the water. So you're going to be swayed emotionally like the waters. You know, you could go this way, and then it might be this way. You might be feeling high, and out of nowhere, you just start feeling low that day. You might be feeling very social, and then you might be antisocial the next 5 hours. So it's a constant battle. So when this happens with people with Pisces moon, you got to know that, so you can know how to not control it, but how to maneuver when it happens, and deal with the emotions until it swings back to the flow of things. So it's like you have to learn to go with the flow. Number 2 would be emotional/sensitive. Now, as a Pisces moon, yes, Pisces are very sensitive. So, like I said, as a Pisces moon, my emotions, I feel that like a Pisces. So, you can be very sensitive when it comes to stuff. Not only with just what people say, but also sensitive to people's energies. And when you don't know how to control it, that could be a difficult thing to deal with, because certain things people do can really affect you or hit you hard, and you might not show it on the outside, but you'll feel it on the inside. So it's like a hard exterior with a soft interior. So and then I'm very sentimental with things, like, you know, seeing sad parts of movies made me want to cry. just hearing sad stuff with people I know made me want to cry. So that emotional part too, the sensitive part with that too. So that's kind of hard to control too sometimes. And you also get down to yourself too when somebody says something that hit you hard. And as a Pisces moon, so that's something that's hard to control at times for myself. And I know fathers out there that's Pisces moon. Third would be stuck in the dream world. So this could be a bad thing too, because yes, it's good that we're dreamy as Pisces moon and we're imaginative and creative, and we have vivid imagination and dreams, but we can get lost in that sometimes and be too in a daydream, too in a dream state, and we can get lost in that sometimes and be too much in a fantasy world, and we have to pull ourselves back and realize where we're at. Sometimes we can get lost because reality of the real world can be a lot. So as Pisces moon, we like to go into the dream world, fantasy world a lot, but we can get stuck there sometimes, and we have to reel ourselves back in. Just like I said, it's the fish in the water. Pisces, a water sign, so you have to reel yourself back in, out of the water sometimes, and come up for some air and get back to reality. Number 4 would be escapism. So as a Pisces moon, like I said, with the dream state, the dream world, the imagination, the creativity, we like to use that as an escape. Or sometimes we can get addicted to things that are escape, like maybe drugs or alcohol or sex or different things that would be coping mechanisms, or just like I said, that dream world where we like to go into not only just the dream world, but even separate ourselves from people in the real world and be alone and be in a very negative state if we go through something or something affects us badly. And that can be a bad thing, because then we can go through a spiral and we might go too deep into that spiral and don't know how to get out so easily, which has happened to me years ago. And it's a very tough thing to deal with. So we as Pisces moon have to be careful of what we're using to escape from reality. Because like I said, it's good to be in the dream world, in the dream state, but it's not good to use that as an escape from reality and to think that that's going to solve all the problems by just separating yourself from everybody and everything. Last on the list would be selfless and vulnerable. The reason, now I know that sounds good, but when I say that, for the negative part, the selfless and the vulnerable, we as Pisces moon, we can be too selfish to the point we are giving so much of ourselves we forget to set boundaries with people and they take advantage. And we are so vulnerable when we do that we could get hurt or played a lot, because we're so giving, we're so caring, we're so available to others' needs, sometimes more than our own needs, because we like to give, we like to help, we like to love. And if we're not careful with that and we don't set boundaries, people will step all over us and take advantage of us, which has happened to me since I was a child, and it still happens, not as much, but here and there now, because I have a big heart. I care about people. I like to help people. But sometimes we might not have the best judgment sometimes, because we're being so vulnerable to and trusting people. Like, you know, if I was them, I would want somebody to do that for me, so why not do it for them? So we have to be careful with how selfless and vulnerable we are with everybody, because we'll end up hurt a lot of times, which easily can happen to a lot of people with Pisces moon. So we've got to be very careful of how selfless and vulnerable we are with everybody. We just can't do that with everybody. So that's something we have to be clear of. And yeah, so that was just 5 quick positive traits, 5 quick negative traits, and the ups and downs of being a Pisces moon. And I just wanted to switch the topic up a little bit today, do a little astrology talk. And like I said, you can look up your birth chart. Once you look up your birth certificate and see the time you was born, where you was born at, and get into that information, on different websites. They got plenty of websites that you could do your birth chart on. Go to Google, research, different things, birth chart. Look at your whole chart. Look at the different signs. Look at the different meanings of each planets, the houses in your planets. Excuse me, and very interesting if you're into it. But that's all I got for the video. I appreciate y'all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and to the next video, to the next topic. We're gonna keep rocking out. Y'all stay safe, stay blessed, mask up, and stay optimistic and keep doing what you do, because the blessings is gonna come. Peace.